Hey, David Knack Builders here. Today's topic, let me grab it. Copy move problems. Either know or don't know what I'm talking about. There's a function where you can copy page elements to another page, which is very useful. It saves a lot of time in building. But sometimes you're selecting copy or move, a long list comes up of where you can move it, and where you want to move it just is not available. You know it's right. Sometimes it's available, sometimes it's not. Your page structure is right. You just need to move this with the same permissions to another, let's say, detail page, same thing. And it's just not available. And you're going crazy trying to figure out why. Well, let me show you something that can deal with that. And I'll be back in a minute. Okay, issues with copy move. Let me call up an app here. New builder. I'm going to go to pages. That's where you deal with it. Here's something with taking orders, a common thing. I may not be able to recreate all this, but you'll get the deal. Here's an order page. It has details of an order. Boilerplate stuff up top, some functions here, and related tables of line items. Very typical. If you want to move something, let's say you were doing another user role or whatever, it doesn't matter. Something that was structured similarly, but you wanted to copy the content. You just go to this 3-button thing here. These are both the same. Copy. Then it presents a list. Now this list can be a little confusing, although I honestly don't know a better way to present it. Now this is showing all the available places it can go. And sometimes if you have another main series page here, a high level page is different. You want to move this content over there because you don't want to have to rebuild it. And you're looking through here and it's just not there. And you're like, this should be there. It's not that complicated. Now, sometimes, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know if this works or not. Sometimes I just get out of the whole app, sort of like a restart or refresh the page, and it might appear. I'm not sure. But one thing I found, and I've talked to other builders and even some clients that build too, a way around that is do this. Create enough. Now, this is order detail. That means I'm starting with the order, then I'm going to details. Just create another page. And I'm going to make it a public page in this case. Now, there may be issues if there's different logins, but we can deal with that. Public page, I'm just going to call it test. And when I do these test pages too, well hold on. I'm going to do a list of orders. Okay, let's do the same structure. List of orders. Doesn't even matter how it looks. Now, when I create a page like this, by the way, that I'm testing, I immediately do that. Click off. It won't display any place unless you have the URL. Here it is. Doesn't matter what this stuff is. What you want to do is now add a column, add an action, and a detail record right here. So that same structure as the other one, order detail. And so now you have this test thing. And it has an order detail. If I go back to this other order detail and I want to copy it, okay, follow this, and I'm not finding the place that I want it to, usually it'll let you put it to that thing you just made. So copy it there. Okay? And then I'm copying it. It now exists over here. This first one is what the default was. I'll get rid of that. This is what it is. Now, I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of the time, now this is the same thing you wanted to copy. You can copy this, and often you can now find the page you wanted it to go to. Again, I'm not guaranteeing it. I don't know how all this works, and I've never really had an in-depth conversation with Knack about it, what prevents it or not. Now, sometimes, if you were copying a table, let's say, and this is based on some logged-in user permission to a connected whatever, it's looking for stuff that matches that, so you might have to set that up the same too. But the overall point is, if you can't find where you want it to go, create another page that's similar, copy it there, and then try to copy what you put and see if you can find where you wanted it to go, and then put it there. And then when you're done, just delete this thing because you don't need it anymore. That might work, but again, if you guys know what I'm talking about, it's a mystery of how that move copy stuff and available selections are. Hopefully this helps. Thanks.